But why didn't she tell us why she lost her parental rights? Why didn't she tell us that she doesn't have any parental rights either? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? I hope all is well. It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Now today is Monday, okay, and we're gonna start this week off very proper. This week will be filled with uploads and live videos during the week. So make sure that you locked in with me all this week. Today we will be talking about Todd and Julie Chrisley. We will be talking about them and the trouble that they got themselves into. But more importantly, this video is about Todd and Chrisley's granddaughter's biological mom. And y'all are going to know why I said it like that. There have been recent claims by Chloe Chrisley's mom that I must speak on. So without further ado, let's first jump into what trouble Todd and Julie Chrisley got themselves into. So this country couple, they have had a reality TV show where they display their unique family dynamic. They've had a show for several years, but any new seasons of that show or the shows that were about to be released for Todd and Chrisley's kids have been canceled. Prior to their reality TV starting, I believe that Todd and Julie, they are in the real estate business. This whole time, to be honest with you, I thought that he was a country singer or something. I don't know why I thought that. So the married couple was indicted in 2019 on federal tax evasion and fraud charges. And now, more than 2 years after being indicted, they have been sentenced. Court documents detailed that they were charged with multiple counts of conspiracy, bank fraud, wire fraud, and tax evasion. The married couple entered a not guilty plea. As the process moved forward, the couple did get quite a few advantages and pros. You know, the law was on their side in clearing the couple of their state tax evasion charge. They also had to turn in their passports, but they were able to go home to their families on, I believe it's $100,000 bail. And I'm not sure if that's for both of them, making it $200,000. I don't know. But regardless of that, they were able to spend and still able to spend a good amount of time with their family, preparing to do their bid, but preparing their families, because some people don't have that luxury. And also, there have been quite a few delays on sentencing this married couple. From their attorneys and things like that, they have filed certain motions that have delayed them from knowing their fate. They were found guilty on June 7th of 2022. And just recently on November 21st, Todd was sentenced to 12 years in prison. After prison, he has to have about a year or so on probation. And his wife received a 7-year sentence, and she has to do just about the same on probation after being released. Interestingly enough, the Chrisleys' accountant was also convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison. So now that we know their fate, let's get into the drama behind the scenes that was brought to the forefront by Chloe Chrisley's mom, aka Todd and Julie's granddaughter. In the last week or so, Chloe Chrisley's mother did an interview with TMZ where she says that she is trying to regain custody of her now 10-year-old daughter. In light of the Chrisleys preparing to do their bids, she wants her daughter back. But there's a few problems with that. You see, Todd and Julie Chrisley adopted their granddaughter in 2016. According to Chloe's mom, whose name is Angela Johnson, before the adoption, she claims that she shared custody with Todd for some months in 2016. Angela Johnson ended up getting arrested in 2016, and the father of Chloe Chrisley was locked up as well. Angela Johnson says Kyle Chrisley's parental rights were terminated. He lost custody, he lost his parental rights. But why didn't she tell us why she lost her parental rights? Why didn't she tell us that she doesn't have any parental rights either? Miss Angela Johnson's parental rights were terminated when she voluntarily surrendered her parental rights to Todd and Julie Chrisley on March 24th, 2017. And most importantly to note is that Miss Angela Johnson has not been in contact or seen in the flesh her daughter since 2015. So, where were you? 2016 is where you say the baby daddy got arrested and you got arrested also. But that was in 2016, right? So, where were you in 2015? See, even before I knew details like that, it was a vibe that I got from watching this TMZ interview that didn't sit right with me, and it's why I'm here today. That's before she went to jail. Quite a few months before she went to jail. So why aren't you telling us why you haven't seen or talked to or communicated or anything with your child since 2015? What were you doing with all of that free time? And I'm going to tell you exactly what she was doing. Allegedly. She was allegedly doing drugs and partying right along with Kyle Chrisley, who is, in fact, I don't know to this day, but I digress on that, is estranged from his family. And he is estranged from his family for various things. Let's see, doing drugs, various addictions, partying, and being a lackluster parent. In the words of Angela, her progress or lack thereof is because, and I quote, we were trying to figure out where we would actually end up in court. And I wanted to say that word for word so I can let y'all know that that makes no sense. Let me tell you something. You find out where you're going to end up in court once you start the process. If you haven't started the process, then you're just talking about it. And if you're just talking about it and crying about it, that is no effort to bring your daughter steps closer to you. How I see it is, the Chrisleys gained custody because both parents of Chloe, both, were unable to care for her. Kyle Chrisley was arrested for assault, and shortly after Kyle was arrested, Angela was arrested and charged with Medicaid and food stamps fraud. And why? Why was she arrested for this? Why was she charged with that? Because she claimed Chloe as a dependent when she had little to no right to claim her? If the benefits is going to a card that is in your possession and you are nowhere near wanting to provide for the child that you had, then that means that you're getting free money for nothing. That money is supposed to go to the benefit of the child. You don't claim a child that you don't care for. You don't claim a child that you don't put to sleep and wake up to every morning. If both parents are non-custodial, you can't claim a child that you don't even spend 35% of your time with. Julie Chrisley has been shown on their show. Chrisley Knows Best, but the absentee father was threatening to sue his father. This is getting confusing, okay? He was threatening to sue his father, Todd Chrisley, for having Chloe appear on TV, as if that money would ever go to you. The thing about it is, people say this and that about a guy walking out, but with women, they be doing the same thing. And in today's time, it's happening more and more, where women are dropping the ball and then the ball rolls away and they think they can go do whatever and the ball is just going to stay where they want it to, or they can go revisit the ball when they feel like it, or when they're good and ready. I don't think she really has a shot, especially because you signed over your rights. This is and was a very much so legal adoption, in a way where you signed over everything that you could, and now you try and double back. Having certain charges on your record, being a now felon or what have you, right? It's not that easy. And especially because this little girl is in good health, in good hands, and just because they are in a situation that they're in now doesn't mean that any court would see you as fit. You're going to have to go through every single hurdle and loop that you have to. Drug tests, this, that. Just for a visitation. And the thing about it is, with an adoption, they don't have to include you anymore. That is legally their child now. When did you wake up and smell the coffee? Also, in the TMZ interview, I felt like she was trying to make it seem like they wouldn't give her any rights back, when it's like, when you sign it over, what do you think is going to happen? What exactly do you think? Like, I hope that for the child's sake that they do some I hope that they do some Teresa and Joe Giudice shit. Like, one of them go and then the other one goes when their time is up, type of thing. Just for this child's sake, because to me, if you're only coming out with this after all this time and she's been well taken care of, and it's just, to the naked eye, it seems like it's very opportunistic, when you have to consider if she would even feel comfortable with you after she has gotten so well acquainted with normal people, to be honest with you. I see the fraud thing, you know, Angela committed fraud and they committed fraud also in different ways. So that's something But you can't say that you fully changed if you don't hold yourself accountable for what you've done and for where it's gotten you. And it's nowhere. I'm sure, she sees the success of the show, and her giving birth to a Chrisley would do X, Y, and Z for her. So I really don't even trust that she has the right intentions for wanting her child back. And especially, it's no way that you're going to paint a picture about these people when, first of all, everybody don't take kids in. Everybody don't take other people's kids in. Even if, it's their daughter's kids, or it's their grandkids. Or say there's uncles, they don't take the child in. There's aunties, they don't take the child in. In a lot of situations, this child would have been the state's responsibility in and out of different foster homes. Because guess what? The reality of it is, both of y'all dropped the ball. And for that, somebody picked it up and has cherished that. The only thing that you really should be saying is thank you. There's no way that you can down talk or downplay how good that is to do. Because now I know that. I know that it doesn't get done like that all the time, especially with them actually having the resources and can provide a peaceful environment for this child. You don't even know if she would be comfortable with you. Because so much time has passed, you're going to have to get to know her again. I feel like it's very selfish when certain absentee parents try to force their way back into the picture. And it's like, well, it doesn't happen like that for several different reasons. You literally have to redeem yourself in the eyes of the law. You can tell us whatever, because that's what it sounds like anyway. It sounds like you're telling me whatever, and I'm just supposed to accept it. Don't do that. And honestly, I don't think that she's going to get anywhere with this because she hasn't started anything, any proceedings. I feel like just like Kyle Chrisley, he was trying to threaten to sue. I feel like this is just an attempt for her to get some money, to get some sympathy. And I see right through it. You dropped the ball as a mom. It's one thing for the guy to drop the ball. But for you to drop the ball and you literally had the baby. When one parent is slacking, the other parent has to make sure they straight. Not run themselves into the ground so they can't do the job either. It doesn't make sense. And you don't get rewarded with your custody back for that. Ain't no way you're going to try to make it seem like they are worse than you. Good folks. Good folks for doing what they did. Because not even my own family members would do that for me and my siblings. You can look around your whole family, and some people's families are better than others. But a lot of people, they're not going to deal with the burden of raising your children. And I wouldn't even be upset about that, I wouldn't even be upset. But the thing about it is, when are the absentee parents going to hold themselves accountable? It's ridiculous. You going to talk about Kyle dropping the ball. You did too. And as a mother, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Ain't no tears going to change how I feel. Okay? Ain't none of them crocodile tears going to change the fact that you dropped the ball and you didn't feel like picking it back up. You didn't want to pick it back up, but now you're here today. to gain from them going through it? You done already did your bid for medical and food stamp fraud. Let motherfuckers do their bid and stop trying to get in the way and complicate it. Ain't no judge in their right mind gonna say, oh yeah, you did time recently, and even though they took care of, good care of, your daughter while you was in and out of parties and jail and this and that, even though they helped, you can have your stuff back. You can have your daughter back. No problem. You haven't shown me 5, 7, 10 years of you not getting in trouble. But yeah, you can get her back. You haven't had any mental evaluations. But yeah, I'm a foolish judge, so you can get her back. You haven't done weekly, bi-weekly, monthly drug tests. But you can get her back. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm glad that the system has advanced to a certain level where, I mean, stuff like this would happen back in the day, and the mothers was rewarded their kids back, but still didn't take that as a full-on blessing. Still traumatized their kids for years and years. And they probably would have had an even better life away from that. Sometimes, most times, holding yourself accountable will save you from getting called out. It's just as simple as that. Just like the threatening from the son didn't work on them. They said, you're not getting anything. And how about she won't appear on the show anymore? Still just be the same jolly little girl without the cameras. Cool. And guess what? You won't get to see her as much because all you did was see her on the television. As a parent. All right. You know, I digress. It is what it is. If you come out and say certain things, you're going to have to say the full detail. What did you do? What did he do? What did this married couple do to you other than help? Folks that don't see when people do good deeds and they don't take it as a full-on blessing will always be cursed. Always. So it's your girl B Octavia. Thank y'all for hearing me out on this one. Thank you for tuning in to yet another video. And I will see y'all in my next one, which will be tomorrow.